This box has been sitting on my desk for 3 years and there is a reason why I decided to make a video about it today. See, what's inside is a smartwatch. Not just any smartwatch. This is the Amazfit GTS. And not just any GTS, this is the GTS 1, the first one. They have the GTS 4 going on right now, but that's not important. This one came out in 2019. I'm going to let you know why I waited so long before showing it to you guys, and you might want to hang around if you're looking to purchase a Xiaomi smartwatch. In a simple unboxing, we find that there is the watch, a charging cable, and a rather thick user manual. The watch case is made of aircraft grade aluminum with a nice frosted smudge-free finish. The screen is protected by Corning Gorilla and it curves down beautifully to meet the aluminum frame. There's one button on the side which acts like a home button when you press it. Spinning it does nothing. On the back of the case is a heart rate sensor and charging contacts. The watch comes with 20mm quick release silicone straps, interchangeable of course. Now the GTS one came in a bunch of colors, this one being the lava grey. I guess when they reached the lava it had already cooled down. Aside from its gorgeous looks, which were clearly based on Apple Watch 5 at the time, it was your average smartwatch / phone companion. But it does have some very interesting features, one of which was its trump card against Apple Watch or pretty much any smartwatch, until Huawei came along. You might have figured it out by now, I'm talking about battery life. In the same size as an Apple Watch, Xiaomi was able to fit in a battery that would last 14 days. And I'm not talking about basic mode with everything off. No, this was with pretty much everything on. On basic mode, it once lasted me 50 days. I actually took a picture to keep a record of it. Now, you'll be asking, what could it offer if it was running on everything for 14 days? What is that everything? Well, let's start with the home screen. It comes loaded with two watch faces, one digital and one analog. The beauty of them both is that they can be customized any way you want. You can have any metrics you like in the provided widgets. In the big one, you can have all day heart rate, event reminder, steps, weekly weather. In the small ones, you can have battery, steps, outside temperature, humidity, UV index, sedentary reminder, workout shortcuts, steps, alarm, timer. You get the point. Now, if you want a more good-looking watch face, you can always add more from the companion app called Zep on iOS and Android both. There's a ton of watch faces on there, and I simply love the analog ones. The shame is, there isn't much storage space on the watch, so you can always add only one additional watch face at a time. You want to add another one, it will replace the previous one. The two built-in ones can't be replaced. On top of everything, you also have an always-on display. One thing to notice here is how rich the display is. This is a 1.65-inch AMOLED display. It's very rich and full and vibrant. Not super fluid or fast, but not too choppy either. It also comes with an ambient light sensor. Now coming to the fitness bit, adding to the sporty casual aesthetic, it also features 12 different activity types including the usual running, walking, and going all the way to swimming and skiing. It is also loaded with the Xiaomi BioTracker PPG heart rate monitor to keep an eye on your heart rate 24 hours. That's right, you can see your real-time heart rate on your wrist at any time. Now it also features the PAI score calculator, which is Personal Activity Intelligence, which basically measures the impact of your physical activity on your heart and guides you to a longer, healthier life. Their words, not mine. It is apparently science-backed. Now it is rated 5 ATM water resistant, so you can basically take it 50 meters underwater. Essentially you can swim in it, but you can't shower or dive in it. On the out of water activity part, it comes loaded with a GPS to track your location and route, but it can take forever to load. Now when it comes to activity tracking accuracy, I usually take it for a run, but thanks to my ruptured ligament, I can't do that, but I can take it for a walk. Now alongside the watch, I also took my phone with the Adidas running app running on it. And if we compare the results side by side, you can notice something straight away. Now I started and stopped the activity on both the devices at the same time, but you can see that the Amazfit GTS has recorded a longer distance than the phone. And I trust the phone more because of course, it has data in it, it has 5G running on it, and it has a much more accurate GPS. You can see the distance recorded by the Amazfit GTS is significantly more than what the actual distance covered was. And I think I know the reason for that. If you look at the route which I walked, you can see that the GPS for the Amazfit GTS is all over the place. Now, in some places it shows that I have actually jumped across the road and came back. Now, when it messes up the distance, it messes up everything else. And this has been actually a pretty consistent issue with Amazfit devices. I had the Amazfit bip with a similar issue. I had another Amazfit bip with a similar issue. I had the Amazfit GTR with a similar issue. And even the Mi bands that I've tested so far, they always are a bit inaccurate when it comes to tracking distance. And then everything else just falls apart. Now, I do agree that the Zepp app, which recorded the activity, is a bit more detailed. It also has the heart rate variations and everything else. But then again, if it is not that accurate, it is not that great of a fitness tracker, because that is its main purpose. I mean, they are being sold as fitness trackers and not really simple wristwatches. The companion app called Zepp is pretty comprehensive. Every time you sync the watch, it imports all the activity data. You can launch workouts directly from the app, view your activity and sleep data, customize notification settings, and oh, I forgot, you can receive calls and notifications on your watch, but you can't take the calls. Like, you can't use the watch to make the call or reply to any messages. There's no speaker or microphone. Now, it also has a flashlight function, which is basically just a white screen at full brightness, but it might come in handy. Now, why have I stripped down the whole watch in front of you, and pretty much everything you've heard about the watch has been positive, and yet it took me more than 3 years to make a video about it? Here's why. Now, back in the day when Xiaomi, a Xiaomi-backed smart wearables company, started producing the Amazfit watches, I started reviewing them, and I started with the Amazfit bip. It was a very nice, solid, basic smartwatch. Not a lot of features, but it quickly became my daily wear watch, mainly because it had a great battery life. And one thing I hate is charging multiple devices at the end of the day. However, pretty much exactly after 1 year of use, both the bip watches stopped working, and one of them in quite a dramatic way. The battery got so swollen that it tore apart the glue that was holding the screen together, and it just popped right out. It just fell off from my hand when I was walking. Now, I thought it was a strange coincidence, so I just let it slide. And following that, I got an Amazfit GTR, which is basically the GTS but with a round screen. And that quickly became my daily wear watch, mainly because of how it looked. It had a leather strap, it had a very nice round screen, rich colors, until pretty much exactly after 1 year, the GTR stopped working. Now, there was a pattern emerging. And by this time, I had received the Amazfit GTS. So I thought to myself, I'm going to give this watch 1 year to prove itself. If it is working after that, I'm going to make a video about it. And the year came around and I totally forgot about it. And then another year came around and I said, this is the year I'm going to make a video about it. And then another year came around. So yeah, 2 of the years were basically laziness and procrastination. But the good thing is, it is still working after 3 years. So now I can say with confidence, the Amazfit GTS is my new favorite wearable. Again, mostly because of how it looks and the rich screen and watch faces. The activity tracking part is not really that great. Now, I think Xiaomi either fixed that issue or I was simply the victim of a very strange coincidence. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button below, share the video with your friends and family, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to MiiBooth and turn on all the notifications. You can watch my other videos by clicking on thumbnails on the screen, and you can also follow me on Insta and Facebook. Links are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.